the span of 3 months, Mentz achieved what he set out to do. He prepared and completed a backflip in a 5-ton monster truck at the Monster Jam World Finals in Las Vegas. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions and critics who want to know what's to come for the sport of Monster Jam.
We're ready to explode right now, the monster truck scene. It's huge, it's all over the world, and it's becoming mainstream slowly but surely. And I think a backflip will launch us into oblivion as far as being totally mainstream and to break the stigma that we have right now, and it'll bring us to the next level.
Eventually we're going to get to the point to where everybody's going to be trying to backflip, and once they pull that off, the next step is, you got to think of something new. And right now, Tom's on top of it. There's nobody that's done it other than him, and I think that it's hard to say where we're going to go. I just know bigger and better.
Of course I love to see it all the time, but if it's only if it's safe and our trucks are safe.
As far as for the future of freestyle, if the right obstacle is out there on the floor, it's going to get pretty interesting now, especially for some of these guys trying to make a name for themselves. They're going to say, well, I'll sacrifice my truck and let me go out there and destroy it and try to do this backflip, And a lot of them, I'm sure, are going to be trying it or trying to do something else, and by accident, they're going to pull off something. So it's going to make freestyle real interesting.
Will the backflip be the standard for all freestyle performances?
I think when you do a backflip once, there's going to be enough people watching and making sure that everything's safe to go. And there's not going to be any personal injury. But if you start throwing it into a routine where it happens at every monster jam, because that's what the fans want to see, it's going to be a bit scarier thing. I think you might see heavier roll cages, a bit more driver precaution so we don't get hurt in the seat.
I think there's going to be purpose-built obstacles to do certain, stunts, tricks, whatever you want to call it. It's going to take skill to do it. Something too. You're not going to just go out there and hit these jumps and do it. You still have to know what you're doing.
Going back to sport a ton. It's just like when the freestyle motocross guys, they started trying it. It's still a big hit for those guys. When they take a 10,000-pound monster truck, come out there and charge down a ramp and do a backflip, that's going to really change the sport a lot.
I think it's going to be great. And once we start, you always have to start somewhere. The backflip, even if it's a backflop, you've got to start somewhere, and I really, truly think that it's going to work. As the sport rolls on, and Monster Jam's not going to die. I'm going to tell you that right now, and I know that I've been here going on 28 years now, and always wondered the next year. This thing has done nothing but quadruple in popularity, and we're just still growing, man. And as long as we're growing, we still, as drivers out here and as competitors, we have to think of new obstacles and new things to do for our crowd, for the people who come, because we want to keep that madness going. So the question being, for the madness of the sport, we're going to perfect the backflip. It's going to be a plus because everybody's going to start doing it.
Monster Jam fans worldwide will be on the edge of their seats as long as the sport continues to push the limits to the max.
I mean, Monster Jam will always be very unpredictable. Different drivers, different trucks, trying, attempting, and succeeding at new stuff. So it'll stay on the cutting edge and new for everyone, including the Monster Jam fan.
With the possibilities circulating for new tricks and new obstacles, Monster Jam will always be indestructible.